Polaris has created some serious excitement for model year 19 in a segment that traditionally doesn't generate a lot of excitement. Let's drill down on the motivation behind Polaris's introduction of the all-new Indy EVO. There's little doubt the cost to get into snowmobiling can be prohibitive. In fact, most new snowmobilers purchase a used sled for their first ride. These new participants are increasingly important to ensure the future of our sport. However, building and targeting an all-new entry-level sled is tricky. It's been tried before with limited success. Interestingly, it's not just new snowmobilers Polaris is targeting with the introduction of the new Indy EVO. It's younger riders and riders who may be intimidated by a full-on 600 class trail sled as their first ride. The Indy EVO answers the call, drawing from a number of potentially lucrative market opportunities. The need for an unintimidating, low-cost family sled which can keep up with regular trail sleds on an all-day ride is something the market currently does not offer. The need for a stepping stone sled for smaller riders graduating from kids' sleds is huge. Finally, the need for a snowmobile which can keep up on all-day rides and comfortably fit smaller adults is another demographically significant opportunity.
I think the way to think about Indy EVO is that it really has a broader appeal than anything else out there on the marketplace, because what it is a real trail snowmobile designed for new riders. So it's not a yard toy, it's a real trail sled, and that hasn't really been done. What we did with that Indy EVO was we changed the ergonomics to fit a broader range of riders, all the way from the hand position to the overall stance of the sled to make it feel more stable, to a speed limiter that limits it to 50 miles per hour so that it's less intimidating for new riders.
The most intriguing part of the EVO is the deliberate and effective rejiggering of the sled's ergos to accommodate different size pilots. This is at the very core of the sled's appeal.
The Indy EVO is appealing to new riders because it makes snowmobiling more accessible. So think about it, if you didn't grow up snowmobiling, even if you're an adult, but say a smaller person or someone who's less confident with power sports, Indy EVO provides a very accessible entry point into snowmobiling so that you can see how fun it is in an easier way than it might be getting on some really high-performance 600 or 800 or bigger snowmobile.
While the EVO is a full-size sled, tweaked to fit smaller riders, Polaris knows some of these smaller riders will be young adults. Here's Chris's take on this market opportunity.
Indy EVO also provides the opportunity for kids or teens that are old enough to ride legally on trail to have an option that they don't have today that's the right level of size and performance. So obviously, whatever state or province that you're in, you need to follow those rules and make sure that the person who's riding it, whether it's an adult or a teen, is properly safety trained and has the right credentials to be able to get on the trail. But we think that EVO will be able to appeal to a broader range of people in that respect as well.
We had the opportunity to drill down with Polaris product manager MARTY on what makes the Indy EVO more than just a chopped up Indy 550.
There's a lot of things that we changed to make it specifically the right size for the riders that we're intending for that sled. And when we say right size for those riders, we're talking about maybe smaller riders or novice riders or somebody that's just getting into the sport that wants a sled that's less intimidating and fits them well from a seating position. It's got a lower handlebar position, a narrower set of handlebars, and even the throttle flipper is a little bit smaller and a little bit closer to the bar, so it fits the hand size of that size rider. We changed the seat and the tank and the console, all around the body size, changed some things in the front suspension and the steering. IFS shocks are shorter, which lowers the front end, and then we have a new set of shocks and springs in the rear suspension that also lower that in conjunction with the front to get the balance of the sled right. All sized around getting this sled that's lower to the ground and more confidence inspiring, feeling good for this rider that's new to the sport potentially.
So there you have it, a snowmobile built for new and smaller riders at a price rivaling a used snowmobile. You know what? We think Polaris may have finally hit the nail on the head in this important re-emerging segment.
If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, like it and then subscribe to our page for more great content from SnowTrax TV.